Alright, there was a lot said and shown on the footage on Wednesday over in DC, and for the last 4 or 5 years Donald Trump's been talking about the fake news, and I'm here to say I was there, and Donald Trump might have been wrong about every single thing he ever said. I'm not going to argue that, but I will say that he was right. It's fake news. There was no rioting per se as they're claiming it is. I was there. I had my hands in my pockets. Unless I was having something to eat, drinking a cup of coffee, or shaking hands with somebody that I'd met, that I was talking with, most people did the same. Some guys pushed through the gate, and there was a flood of people that followed it. Most of those people were just average people, kind of gathered up around there, looking at the inauguration set that was already up in place. And general mood was, we got a contested election. We're supposed to be, talking about this thing for the next week, and everything's already set up. And those are the people that flooded onto the front lawn, on the, the south lawn. And then some guys, I don't know who they were, they pushed their way up the steps, literally pushed their way up the steps. There no batons, just muscled their way up the steps. And that was kind of in response to some really ineffective tear gas being dropped on the people at the top of the south lawn. If that didn't happen, I don't think anybody would have pushed their way up the steps, but they did. And the police just kind of fell back and formed a line. And then 90% of the people, more than that, I'm going to say 90%, probably 99% of the people that ended up on the balcony, on the north side of the building, on the west side of the building, there's a walkway that runs to the north side. And that's at ground level. You walk onto that and you walk around the balcony, and you're on the balcony facing the south lawn. The police just stood there, and I literally asked the officer, I was like, is it okay to go there? And he says, sure, go ahead. So I walked up on the balcony and walked around to the front and took in the view. And people were up there, and there were some people banging on windows and other people telling them not to. Somebody tried the door, and the door was unlocked, and they poked their head in, and the next thing you know, they said, yeah, it's okay to come in, because there was a cop in the inside of the door that said, yeah, it's okay to come in. And there was cops. I didn't go inside, but there was cops all over the place. Kind of everybody walking through like tourists. It was bizarre. I don't know what transpired where the girl got shot inside, but nobody was really expecting that, because the police were letting people wander around inside. They were walking out and they were saying, you should go in. It's beautiful in there. It's really nice. The police are nice. They're friendly. One guy told me he got lost, and the officer told him very politely how to find his way out. He said, thank you. The cop said, no problem. And then the girl got shot, and I guess all hell broke loose inside. 99% of the people didn't do anything but walk around with their hands in their pockets. Almost everybody that flooded, there was people in wheelchairs being pushed around, and when the gate got opened up onto the south lawn, the people with them said, we should leave. And the people were like, no, I'm pissed off. They're already set to inaugurate Joe Biden, and it hasn't been declared yet. I want to go up there. And that's who filled the lawn. And then when the top was open, that's who went up onto the top, onto the balcony. What they're showing on the news, what Chuck Schumer and Pelosi, and they're all terrorists, everything. Don't believe the fake news, because none of it's real. If there's anything that proved Donald Trump right for the last 4 years, what's happening right now is And the guy that threw the rock through the window on the north side, guy's hanging out with the cop standing next to the windows, and he's explaining how it's bulletproof and you need a howitzer to shoot a hole in it. And this guy, there was a broken flower pot, and the guy picks it up, and he's like, that'll never go through. And the guy hurls it and goes right through the freaking window. And everybody kind of looked at each other like, how the hell did that happen? And then the cop remembered, oh yeah, I'm a cop. So he grabbed the guy. The guy got away, ran into the crowd, and the cop stood there shaking his head like, wow, I can't believe that just happened. That's the broken window on the north side that they show. There's also some pictures on the back of people climbing in and out. That was probably kicked from the outside in, trying to get from the inside out. People trying to get out when all hell broke loose inside the building after the girl was shot. But those are my observations. You know, the most outlaw thing I did was walk around with my hands in my pockets. But that's the fake news for you. Y'all take care.